What's up YouTube? Daniel Carter at AfroHerpkeeper here. And today I've got some slightly different content for you guys. For most of my high school career I have involved animals in some way or another in a lot of my work. Be it freshman biology or environmental science or the gifted and talented program. I think I even used Scylla down there in a Spanish presentation once. It was about Honduras. For years I've been doing educational presentations with my animals, not just at events or fundraisers, but also at school. And my main goal is to educate the people who get to visit with them. So about a week ago I actually got permission to do a larger presentation with quite a few of the animals. So I brought Skink, Blue, Scylla, was going to bring Kosho, but she was shedding at the time and she was pretty grumpy. Lemonhead, the Crested Gecko, and some Madagascar hissing cockroaches to AP Environmental Science for a presentation on the rainforest. We were actually doing a unit on biomes at the time. This is not the first time I've brought animals to school this year, but because it was a larger scale presentation and it's my senior year, I figured I might as well bring the camera along, get some footage of it, and give you guys a little behind the scenes peek at what I do when I'm not making YouTube videos. So, without any further ado, let's get started. Today I have brought 5 different species of animal, 3 lizards, 1 snake, and 1 insect. All of these animals can be found in rainforests, mostly on the forest floor and in the understory, so the bottom layers of the rainforest. Each species has a particular and unique set of adaptations that help it survive in an environment filled with both food and potential predators. Okay, alright. So, alright, the first animal we have is in this big carrier right here. He's one of the lizards. And if you guys have been to any of my presentations before, you've definitely met this guy.
Oh my goodness. Woo! It's way bigger.
He's a bit bigger than the last time I brought him. This is Skink. He's a northern blue-tongued skink from Australia. You can see why he's named a blue-tongued skink. This is a terrestrial animal, meaning he lives on the ground. He's going to be living on the forest floor. He's omnivorous. He's going to be eating, well, he's a predator and a scavenger. So he's going to be eating things like insects, small vertebrates like maybe mice, lizards, eggs. He's also going to be eating fruit, vegetables, and if he finds it, he's going to eat carrion, like roadkill. So that bright blue tongue serves a pretty important purpose. If I hold him up, do you guys see any long claws on him?
No.
If he were to open his mouth, do you think he would have any big, strong teeth? No, he has virtually no way to defend himself. He's just this little tiny chubby lizard. And so that bright blue tongue serves a vital purpose in that is his main method of defense. When you look at a lizard, are you going to expect it to have a giant blue tongue?
No.
No, not really. So a predator out in the outback, or in the rainforest in this case, is going to come across this lizard and think, oh hey, a free meal. The lizard is going to open up its mouth as wide as it can, stick that bright blue tongue out, and hiss as loud as it possibly can. And that bright flash of blue and that immediate loud hiss hopefully will be enough to startle the predator long enough for him to book it out of there, and he'll run fast.
But he's a chubby lizard, he can't run that fast.
He's got these tiny little legs, but I mean, if we had time, I would pull it up on YouTube. There's this video of 2 of these guys fighting over a mate. And they just kind of grab each other by the neck and roll around in circles until one of them apparently wins. In this second container, right here, we've got another lizard, and this one is a gecko. And it's a lizard, it's much smaller. It's a lizard called a crested gecko. And here she is. Her name is Lemonhead.
Oh, she doesn't have a tail.
Yeah, she doesn't have a tail. She is tailless, and when that happens, they're called frog butts because they look like little frogs. Yeah. I was cleaning cages. Okay, so some lizards have the ability to drop their tails voluntarily. Most of them you have to pull it off. These guys, they can consciously decide when they want to drop their tails. So I was messing around with some cages, and I made a lot of noise and a lot of vibrations. And she just got kind of freaked out, even though I wasn't even anywhere near her. And I just heard this noise from across the room, and I went over there and looked, and it was just her tail flopping around.
Oh!
But it's fully healed. This kind of gecko, they don't actually grow back their tails.
So that's a one-time trick.
That's a one-time trick, but she can get along just fine without it.
With her frostbite.
I do. It's in the freezer. So these guys are from New Caledonia, which is an island off the coast of Australia. They're arboreal, which means they live in trees. So these guys are going to be mostly in the understory. They're also an omnivore, just like the skink, but their diet is a little different. They eat mostly insects, along with fruits and nectar. And on their feet, you guys know what a gecko's claw mark is having sticky feet. So each of her feet has a bunch of sticky toe pads, and then each toe has a little hook. And those sticky pads and hooks are going to give her a great grip on things like trees and stuff. And then if she had it, she would have a long prehensile tail, which means she can actually wrap it around stuff. In the wild, these lizards usually live about 6 feet up in the trees, and they just jump from tree to tree constantly. Some of them may go their entire lives without ever touching the ground.
Whoa, that's crazy.
So in here, something a little bit different than a lizard. These are Madagascar hissing cockroaches.
Oh, they're so great. They don't fly.
They can't fly, they can't jump, they're not going to get to you. And you can hear where they get their namesake. So obviously enough, these guys are from Madagascar. We've got a volunteer. Yeah, of course. So Lindsay's holding the boy, and Miss Ludlam's holding one of the girls.
Wait, have they ever had babies?
Dennis.
What's the boy's name?
Purple.
Purple. The boy's name is Purple. Okay, so no, story time. Hazel and I were volunteering we had a reptile table. And this one little kid came up and she was really, really excited about the roaches. And she was like, do they have names? And I was like, no, go ahead, you can name them. And so she named them Purple, Antenna, Scaly, and Awesome. So this one's Purple. Here, I'll take it. They also live on the forest floor under like rotting logs and other vegetation. They are cockroaches, so they're decomposers. They're not picky about what they eat. They're going to be eating, they are omnivores, they're going to be eating mostly decomposing plant and animal matter. Okay, next animal is in a bag. I'm actually going to take this whole lid off.
Oh, she's beautiful.
This girl is Scylla, and she's a Hog Island Boa Constrictor.
Oh, it's so pretty.
She's not full grown. She is still a subadult. At full grown, she'll reach about 7 feet long. Right now, she's at about 4.5. So yeah, this is Scylla. She's a Hog Island Boa Constrictor, and she's from the Cayos Cochinos Islands, which are off the coast of Honduras. She's my best snake for educational programs. She's completely docile. The only time she's ever bit anybody was me, one time, and that's because I smelled like rats. So, unless you're handling dead rodents, I don't think she's gonna bite you. She is primarily a terrestrial animal, so she's gonna be mostly on the ground, but she is able to easily climb trees, and you can see she's very
strong.
Very strong. Put her over there actually right now. So, she is a predator, which means she's a carnivore. She's going to be eating any warm-blooded animal that she can catch and swallow, and usually that's going to be something like a small rodent or a bird. She's not going to have anything to do with humans because we're way too big and way too aggressive to eat.
How long have you had her?
I've had Scylla. She is just about 2.5 years old now, and I've had her most of that time.
Oh, so you've seen her like from a little baby?
I got her when she could fit in my shirt pocket.
Aww.
Yes, I did. She was 155 shipped. She's worth about $300 now.
Look at the dexterity of this.
You can see she's got a really prehensile tail.
Can you do that with your butt?
I don't think so. Hazel, do you want to come hold her real quick? These are just a precaution. It's a welding glove. Every animal here is harmless, I promise.
You put on a glove before you said that.
He's got claws. This is Blue. He's an Argentine black and white Tegu. She is a terrestrial animal like most of the others, and she's found on the forest floor. She is also an omnivore and a very capable predator. Essentially a reptilian garbage disposal, and he'll eat anything. Birds, rodents, reptiles, eggs, fruits.
Humans.
Not humans. A little bit big for that, but he'll eat just about anything. and he's incredibly fast and incredibly smart. A lot of people consider
he's fast.
he's very, very fast.
He
He's got big, strong legs.
But is he faster than me?
I had to outrun him in the middle of the woods. She is, like I said, incredibly fast and incredibly intelligent. A lot of people actually consider these to be one of the smartest reptiles in the world. And so she's named Blue after the velociraptor in Jurassic World, because that's what she literally is. She is a velociraptor. She has, yeah, this is why I have the gloves. She wouldn't hurt me on purpose, but she has some pretty long claws.
Yeah.
So she has strong teeth, sharp claws, and a tail that's basically a bullwhip. This, if she thrashes it around, it'll sting. And the spotted coloration on her back, it's beautiful. It gives her this marbled pattern, but it's going to help her blend into a dark forest floor with like dappled sunlight. Okay, so here's the deal with tegus. They're native to South America, but they are pretty popular as pets, even though they do get pretty big. She's still a juvenile. She could be about 5 feet long, which is full grown.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So because they're so smart and such an efficient predator, they've actually become established as an invasive species in far South Florida. And that's actually where I caught her. South Florida is like a hub for invasive species. So there are tons of these guys out there. And the thing is, they have a really fast metabolism and they're really big and really smart. So they're actually a big threat to the Everglades ecosystem because they will eat rodents, birds, and actually the eggs of lots of endangered species. She's actually tamed down quite a bit. This, like 7 months ago, was a wild animal. And she still pretty much is, but she's used to people.